And joining us in Studio B this morning to have his monthly update is Bakersfield Police Chief Brent Stratton. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
And we were talking about the 4th of July.
Yes.
And this year was more participation by the BPD than in previous years when it came to the task force and everything else, correct?
It was. We really wanted to support the fire department and trying to improve public safety that we had here within our community. And so we kind of looked at things from a three-prong approach. We wanted to make sure that we had extra cars for DUI enforcement, specifically focused on that. We want to make sure we had extra patrol officers out there to respond to peace disturbances if needed as well. And then we wanted to be able to support fire suppression efforts. And so working with the Bakersfield Fire Department as well as the Kern County Fire Department, the Kern County Sheriff's Office to just work to try to make sure that everybody could have an enjoyable 4th and to keep the fires to a minimum.
Now, it's going to take a little while to compile all the numbers, but what can you tell us as far as BPD involved with some illegal fireworks and stuff? Were there any arrests, citations made?
Yeah, so it'll take some time, and I believe Kern County Fire Department is gathering all the data, and it'll take some time to go through all the information that they're working towards and gathering everything and getting extra citations and things like that in the mail. But it was a busy night, at least on the Bakersfield Police Department side, with at least 50 citations on the evening of the 4th. And I know there was room for more, but ultimately what we wanted is just things to be safe, to reduce the number of fires and house fires and grass fires and injuries so people could enjoy the 4th and really want to support the fire department and fire suppression efforts.
Now, we didn't talk about this beforehand, but leading up to the 4th, there were also a number of undercover operations involving some BPD detectives.
There was. Our BPD detectives working with arson from the fire department and identifying those that were selling illegal fireworks and then making multiple seizures. And so I mean, it was a lot. Something like 20 tons of illegal fireworks were seized, and some big ones at some marijuana dispensaries that our narcotics detectives were doing investigations into illegal sales of street-level drugs and marijuana, and then finding a shop full of illegal fireworks as well. So there were some real focused efforts by our vice detectives as well as our narcotics detectives and the arson investigators for the Bakersfield Fire Department.
And we were showing this video just a moment ago. I didn't know if you had a chance to see it. I want to show this right now of people pulled off the road along the West Side Parkway to watch the fireworks. Were you aware of that?
I wasn't until you brought it up this morning.
Oh, this is video of the bus. This is the bus. If we can, there we go.
Oh man, yeah. It's quite a fireworks show there at Riverwalk, and the city does that so that way we can kind of reduce the amount of overall fireworks that are happening. So have a great show.
But I mean, the obvious problem.
Yeah, that's not the intent for people to be there along the side of the parkway. I mean, that's really something that could create some problems, could create a traffic accident. I understand everybody wanted to see the show, but maybe there's a better way that we could do that instead of being parked on the side of the parkway.
Is there, what would you say was given overall grade as far as Bakersfield and the 4th of July this year?
I don't have a ton to baseline it against, but the fire chief and I were talking yesterday, and I can tell you that we had sounds like we had less fires in 2026 than we had in 2025. So we'll call that a win. But I definitely think there's some room for some improvement and just making sure that we can keep the 4th safe. But no DUI-related fatalities, no major peace disturbances where anybody lost their lives within our city. And so these are all really, really good things. And then we can work on tightening up some of the enforcement stuff to ensure that we can reduce the amount of fires and things, make sure people are still having homes on the 5th.
We'll jump into DUIs more in a second here, but I wanted to pivot a little bit and talk about the shooting in the Oleander neighborhood that took place, the arrest of the suspect in Las Vegas. Can you just kind of walk us through what led up to finding him there?
Yeah, so our officers responded to a shooting there in the Oleander area, and communicating with the victim and speaking with witnesses, we were able to determine a little bit of suspect information. We were able to utilize some of the cameras that are in that area to be able to track the suspect's movement and give us some indication that he was moving towards the Las Vegas area. We were able to communicate with Las Vegas Metro Police Department to coordinate an apprehension, and then our detectives were able to respond and to bring him back to Bakersfield, where he will face charges for attempted murder. And we're very thankful and glad to hear that at this point the victim is still fighting. So we're hopeful. I don't know what the exact outcome is that it will be, but at this point still fighting. And so we're hopeful that we get good news and that they're able to pull through.
And just to reiterate, was this targeted or was this random?
It's targeted. They're definitely known to each other, and so this was a thing where, again, suspect and victim are known. This is a disturbance that they've had together over an issue, and then we were able to thankfully work on tracking them down, and the license plate reader technology, the flock cameras, were able to provide some assistance for us in investigation and being able to track vehicle movements leading up to the offense as well as leading away from it.
You know, when they first came on the scene, the flock cameras, we talked a lot about those.
Yeah.
And then sort of they just went silent. But have they been very active in the background and helping with a lot of investigations?
Yeah.
Because it's been more than 10 years?
Yeah, we've had license plate reader technology for 10, 12 years, something like that. It's been, you know, mostly leveraged and utilized for auto theft and auto theft recovery. And then being able to leverage them is this is kind of the next evolution of it, is being able to leverage that license plate reading technology as it relates to crime fighting. And ideally, if we can get to where we're, you know, fighting crime in a real-time capacity instead of you know, working backwards. Our detectives have always used it to piece cases together, going backwards on it, but really the goal is to reduce that time frame and be able to work on impacting crime right here, right now.
And
this is a perfect example of it.
Well, I was going to say, flock cameras sometimes get a bad rap, but in this case, with different aspects of what people think it's being used for.
Yeah, and I understand the concerns. I'm very sensitive to those concerns, and we want to make sure that we're keeping track of the privacy component to it. You know, that the data stays with us for 30 days and it's gone. It is not facial recognition technology. We do not coordinate, you know, with you know, federal agencies. We're not coordinating outside of the state of California. This is something that again stays here for a short window of time. It leverages, like I said, the license plate reading technology to help us be able to, ideally in this type of incident, investigate things real time that's happening right here, right now, to work on apprehending people. And then, like I said, our detectives do use it to be able to go backwards and investigate crimes in the arrears as well.
Getting back to the DUIs, so we just recently had the fatal crash at California and Chester Lane. The driver arrested and is now starting to go through the court process. We talk about DUI fatalities, and then there always seems to be this perception that there's so many more than maybe there are out there. Where are we this year when it comes to DUI numbers?
Yeah, we're trending right about where we normally are, and I don't have the exact numbers off the top of my head, but we're not up, and you know, we're not down. We're right about where we are as a normal part of the year, and so and we start heading into the summer months. That's when we really start to see some of these things, and so you can continue to see our traffic officers that are out there, but you know, being able to staff additional officers that are focused on, they're not responding to other calls for service. They're not responding to burglaries or robberies or peace disturbances unless it's something really critical that comes up. Officers that are focused strictly on DUI enforcement and looking at our data to find out where are we having DUI collisions, where are we making these enforcements, what days of the week is it happening, what time is it are generally happening, and then really trying to be strategic about how we can have extra cars that are out there working on DUI enforcement to prevent these collisions, you know, from occurring in the first place. But yeah, that's a specific incident. It's just a senseless tragedy, and again, our heart goes out to the victims who've, you know, their families that have just, their lives have been irreparably damaged.
And quickly, we're running out of time, but I wanted to touch on this because the department's doing so much when you also throw in the checkpoints.
That's right.
And the saturation patrols. Is there anything else in your estimation that could?
Yeah, I mean, we want to continue to do education, just having conversations like this, you know, and educating the public about the dangers of DUI enforcement. But we'll continue to have the enforcement piece as well. But you know, it's our hope that you know, people can still have a good time and find a different way to be able to celebrate. You know, you utilize some rideshare services, designated drivers, whatever the case may be. It's not that much extra to be able to make sure that you're not taking somebody else's life or changing yours in the course of yours for the rest of your life as well. And so you can continue to see enforcement, but we do believe that education is a component to that as well.
Chief Brent Stratton, thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me, Mike.
We'll be right back.